I'm Angela.
And I'm Paige. In the 7 years that Angela and I have been friends, we have shared true crime stories that we are obsessed with. This podcast is a hobby discussing the intricate details of true crime cases. Welcome to the Corrupt Podcast Corrupted Clips Edition. These Corrupted Clip episodes will be less than 30 minutes long and cover mystery, history, and murder.
We assume no responsibility or liability for any errors or omissions in the content of this episode. The Corrupt Podcast is based on the facts and our opinions of the case. Listener discretion is advised.
We're discussing the Congress UFO hearing that occurred in November 2024. The meeting was nicknamed the Alien Hearing. You can catch the hearing in its entirety on YouTube. The Pentagon has been working with the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, ODNI, and other government agencies, and has received a total of 1,652 unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UAPs, sightings to date. So they've taken UFO and made it UAP, basically.
Oh.
The November 2024 annual report includes 757 new sightings between May 2023 and June 2024. This is a 13-month period.
757?
But most of them they're mostly written off. So the U.S. government tracks and investigates every UAP. The government is also cataloging the events since a number of sightings are near military bases and national security facilities. Of the 757 new sightings, 50 have been closed as everyday items, like a balloon, bird, or drone. Another 243 appear to be everyday items, but they're still under review at the time of this report. 444 sightings were archived due to lacking data or evidence. 21 sightings are still under review and have not been explained. I find it really strange that we have 400. That's half. 444 sightings archived due to lacking data or evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bird. That's not a balloon. We don't know what those are. And we're not looking into it either.
One time, I stuck a glow-in-the-dark glow stick, attached it to a balloon in the night, and let it float away. And it seriously looked like a UFO in the dark.
Ooh.
Because you couldn't see the balloon.
You could be one of those 444.
And you only saw the glow stick
circle.
that looked like it was freaky.
Well, there you go.
That's all I'm saying.
There's your 444 that they would archive. 21, though, are still under review, have not been explained. The UFOs were orbs, cylinders, triangle shapes. One of the cases occurred over an extended period of time. And I'm not sure what an extended period of time is either. Is that 20 minutes? Is that 30 minutes? They don't really say.
Dr. Tim Gallaudet, a retired U.S. Navy Rear Admiral, also testified at the November hearing. He discussed an incident where personnel aboard the USS Theodore Roosevelt aircraft carrier had a run-in with UAPs during a military exercise. Dr. Gallaudet was quoted during this exercise, "I received an email on the Navy's secure network from the operations officer of Fleet Forces Command. The email was addressed to all subordinate commanders, and the subject line read, in all capital letters, Urgent Safety of Flight Issue. The text of the email was brief but alarming, with words to the effect, if any of you know what these are, tell me ASAP. We are having multiple near mid-air collisions, and if we do not resolve it soon, we will have to shut down the exercise." Dr. Gallaudet states that the email was removed from his account the next day without warning. The email was also removed from personnel who received it.
So he sees the email, and then the email's gone.
That's weird.
And they're talking about near mid-air collisions. So there was something up there that later they didn't want anybody discussing or knowing anything about.
Because they were hiding. An ex-Pentagon official testified to Congress that the government has evidence. We are not alone in the cosmos, but that a cabal of officials is hiding the information. According to Luis Elizondo at the hearing, excessive secrecy, intimidation, and suppression of information is keeping information from the American public.
I was curious about what the rest of the world's stance is on UFOs, UAPs, aliens in general, right? So the UK has a very similar stance to the US. They have their own ongoing UAP investigations. France reported on our alien hearing, but does not have a UAP program in place themselves. China did not report on our meeting in the mainstream media, but does appear to have a UAP program. And the United States' best hope of collaboration here appears to be with the UK right now. So 60% of people internationally believe life exists outside of Earth.
Majority wins.
Yeah. The top 4 countries with the highest percentage of belief and sightings are the US, Russia, China, and Mexico. And I'm not really sure why that is.
Journalist Michael Schellenberger found a video of a white orb in the United States Department of Defense files. The 13-minute video appears to show a white orb coming out of the ocean, 20 miles off of the coast of Kuwait. The person recording the video mentions a second orb joining the first. The second orb can be seen for a second before disappearing again on the left. I was unable to find the video, but based on the hearing, it was described as a high-definition color video.
It's a video of orbs coming in and out of the ocean.
I mean, the ocean is what, 98% undiscovered?
Mm-hmm.
Bingo!
Yeah, it's very strange. Also, the fact that journalist Michael Schellenberger here, he describes this video as high def and color. So that's going to be one of your big countries, right? Like this is going to be the US, Russia, China, Mexico. Somebody has filmed this that has a little bit more budget to it than probably Kuwait would have.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely something to consider.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Elizondo says that he was required to sign a Department of Defense non-disclosure agreement form, that he cannot speak about UAP crash retrieval. Congressman Moskowitz grills Elizondo on the details of this required form. How long was the form? How long was he allowed to review it before his signature was required? Was he allowed to review with an attorney? How many people have had to sign this form? And Elizondo, he really holds his own. He says he's not able to disclose the exact department within the Department of Defense in this open forum. He was allowed to review it for as long as he needed with an attorney, and as many people as needed could sign the form. Congressman Moskowitz appears to maybe not believe in aliens. If he is a believer, he really asked a bunch of specific questions. Moskowitz is a fast talker. In prior questioning between Congressman Moskowitz and Elizondo, here's a quote. So Congressman Moskowitz says, "You testified DOD made you sign an NDA barring you from talking about UAP crash retrievals?" Elizondo replies, "Yes." Moskowitz, "Well, you can't talk about Fight Club if there is no Fight Club." Mm-hmm. And Elizondo says, "Yeah." It's just so funny because Moskowitz is like, he's trying to call his BS, but then Elizondo is holding his own and he's like, dude, there's no BS. You people made me sign this form.
Right.
And it's just 4 guys at a panel in front of Congress. They have got to be sweating it. And they grill them on it.
In other alien news, the Miami Mall incident in January 2024 may or may not have included aliens caught on video. A group of 50 teenagers set off fireworks, rioted, and were beating each other with sticks at the outdoor mall in Miami. Panic ensued as shoppers thought it was gunfire, and 4 teens were eventually arrested. In the days following the mall incident, people on social media speculated that it was not teenagers but aliens. The posters named the event the Miami Mall Aliens and stated they could see an alien in the video of the event. Most of the posts seemed like a joke, but the police did make an official statement on the event. There were no aliens. No airports were closed. Nothing is being withheld from the public. LOL, said the police.
They LOL'd it. You can find a video where you see this like 8 to 10 foot figure in the video. It is walking like sideways across the steps in front of the mall, and you can see people down there with them. And it's like a helicopter video, so it's aerial. You can see people down there with it, and these people are small. And then there's this huge towering figure walking the wrong way on the stairs, and it does kind of look strange. There was a video online of somebody in the mall when this was going down. And the video is gone now. You cannot find this video anywhere, which does kind of support the alien theory. But people have seen this video post online. They say you can see something that's really tall, definitely not human, peeking in and out like behind a bush or behind a tree. And the people that were there, like, no, this was an alien. This is legit. This was not teenagers causing a ruckus. This was an alien. Something not from Earth. But you're not going to find the video out there. You can't see it anymore. It's gone. It does make it seem like it might have been something else. On the flip side, you have 50 kids setting off fireworks, just being general hellions, beating each other with sticks for whatever reason.
Teenagers.
Right. It would be mass chaos if they start setting off fireworks and people think it's gunshots. So there would be a huge police presence because this is right after a holiday or on a holiday, and they're thinking that gunshots are being fired at a mall. So you can clearly see why the police showed up in force. I don't know.
Everybody needs water guns because have you seen that movie Signs with Mel Gibson?
Yes, are we going to wear tinfoil hats?
When I was a little kid, I kid you not, that video that they caught of the alien at the birthday
Yes.
party, that creeped me out.
It was terrifying. And that movie's like PG-13. I was not old enough to see that movie.
I showed my daughter this. Mind you, she's 10, okay? So she sees that part and she's like,
Really?
looks like a man. Looks like a man dressed up in a suit. Or like it was photoshopped or something silly. I'm like, man, these...
It was terrifying
I had
back
nightmares.
then. Yes. And like the part where it's like walking and you just see like the shadow on the other side of the door. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And the fingers underneath the pantry door.
Yes.
And like Mel just came in with a knife and chopped the fingers off.
Yeah, no. Signs was terrifying.
I love it though.
I'm not watching that movie again. I'm done with it. I'm not watching that ever again.
Show your son.
No. Never.
When he's like 10.
When
See
he's
what he
10?
says.
No. How about 13? When he's like 20? I'm not going to be ready to watch that movie until he's 20. Honestly, when I started looking this stuff up about the Miami Mall incident, I was totally like, these people, they're being ridiculous. There's no way this happened. And then you start looking more into it and you're like, okay, maybe there is something here. Mm-hmm. It's very eerie. There were pictures of like this alien that's super tall with these giant boots and these like shopping bags in hand.
Oh
like
my gosh.
People on the internet really did take this too far. But it does make you wonder. Mm-hmm. It's a mystery.
Just like Bigfoot.
Oh. You can reach us at corruptpod@gmail.com, corrupt.podcast on Instagram, and corruptpodcast on Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe to catch our next episodes. Please also leave us a review wherever you're listening to this podcast. Bye.
Bye.